All right, video 2 in this series about starting your handyman and contractor business. Let's get into it. All right, so you got your business, you're up and running, you're doing some work, maybe not as efficient, not as quick as you'd want it to be, but you're up and you're in business for yourself. You've got yourself a Google page, a Facebook page. Definitely need to look into getting yourself a website if you don't have one already. Super easy, Squarespace. They don't sponsor me, but that's who I use. It's a fantastic platform for the smaller businesses and guys who want to do it, DIY it themselves. Fantastic. So this video, basically what you're going to do afterwards, after you're up and running and getting stuff going, you want to work on your efficiency and you want to work on the less attractive things about business. QuickBooks, your bookkeeping. For me, it's been a struggle, but it's also, I don't really like doing it. Like most people probably don't like doing it. But when it's done and when it's done right, it's a lot of less stress on me. And I wake up, I can do my job. I can do what I want to do in the business a lot more efficiently when I'm not thinking about that. It's not on me. It's not a burden over me. So definitely I use QuickBooks Online and Joist for estimates. I would highly recommend both of those. QuickBooks is great. They do have an estimate kind of platform, but I like being able to see when my clients or my future customers open my estimates, and you can't do that with QuickBooks Online or QuickBooks. So that's why I use Joist. That way I can see exactly when and how many times they look at my estimate, and that's a good time for me to send them a random text, following up with them to see if they had any questions about anything. So it's worked out really good, and it's a big asset for me to see when my clients are looking at my price structure and my pricing for the estimate I sent them to. So I would highly recommend getting organized, and you're going to be, if you're just starting out, yeah, it's probably going to be overwhelming, but you're going to get ahead of the books and stay ahead of the books because it helps everything out. Efficiency, work on your efficiency on the job site. Plan ahead. If you have to go to Home Depot, make sure you just look at your schedule. If you got to go to Home Depot for another job the next day, get everything at one time, or just plan ahead. I have inventory. You guys have seen my tool trailer, so I know. Just plan ahead. Try to just whatever it is. You can always return stuff. So if I think I'm going to need it, I'll just buy it, and if I need to return it, I'll just put it in a pile of stuff I need to return, and it gets returned. But those onesie twosies trips to the hardware store really eat up your time and efficiency. And that being said, invest in better tools. Buy the absolute best tool you can afford, and maybe just a little more. You'd have to eat ramen noodles to buy this tool, but it absolutely makes your life easier. I would say buy once, cry once is what I do. Yeah, it sucks. I'm going to be kind of struggling for a little bit, but I have that tool. It's paying for itself, and once you have the tool and it's paid for, income producing asset. So obviously, the smaller hand tools, who cares? Like, they're going to be 30, 40, 50, a couple $100. But those tools that cost thousands, it's nice to have them, but rent them. If you have to rent them more than twice, I say just buy it. So work on your efficiency. This is when you need to start thinking about charging for estimates. I know you're probably running around doing estimates for people, but when I started out my handyman business, yeah, I did that too. I didn't charge, but now or even then, it's like I know how much, because I like doing mounting TVs. We'll use that as an example. I knew, like, all right, as long as I know where the TV is going to be mounted on, if I have to run any additional like coax or 110, Romex or anything like that, I can give a rough. I don't need to go on the job site. So you're going to get to a point where you've done the job a bunch of times, have your potential client send you a couple pictures. You don't need to go to the job site. You can if you want to, but this is the time where you're going to start thinking to charge for your time. I charge $250 plus per paid estimate on site. It's on-site consultation, paid estimate. And how I got to the $250 is kind of funny. My truck takes about $220 to $240 to fill up on diesel. So depending on the gas prices. So that's where I come with the $250. It's worth my time. I'll do an estimate. I'll drive out to the customer's house. If they don't hire me, fantastic. I still have a full tank of diesel from that one estimate. And obviously, I've already earned that money. So that's where I come in. Now, obviously, I can get way higher than that. I've done 4-figure estimates before because it's a lot of work. So, that's where I start is $250. So, but most of the estimates I do are remote. I sit here. I know what I've done in the past. I can just send them out a pretty accurate estimate from just experience alone. So, and you'll get there too. getting away from stereotypes. You want to separate yourself from the handyman and weekend warrior, because they have a reputation of fly by night kind of people and not really reliable. So you want to look the part, be clean, show up. I know I already talked about this, but be early. If you're on time, you're late. Be early. You don't have to have the nicest vehicle, but it shouldn't be leaking oil on the street when you're driving up. It should be quiet. You shouldn't have a loud exhaust. You need to look the part. So I've done some research. So my ideal client is like a 31 to 65-year-old female. That's my ideal client, just because that's who hires me and that's who I want, and that's the decision makers in my ideal area in my area. That's the ideal kind of person that I'm trying to focus towards. So no, I'm not going to go there first. My first meeting looking like crap, kind of looking like what I do now. And of course I'm going to have a cleaner truck. I'm going to be well prepared. So you should be too. So raise your prices. If I remember, I said this before, but raise your prices. Again, you're probably too cheap. And also when you're talking to clients, you're going to need some sales training. So just, eat it up. There's a bunch of places on YouTube as far as how to approach customers. Bring up price as soon as you can, because you want to nip it in the butt of as far as you being cheap and your clients thinking you're going to get something done for like $20. So bring up price. That's what I do. Bring up price as soon as possible. I just had somebody today reach out to me for a couple, 2 boards of fascia replaced. 2 boards, and I'm going to replace the entire board. So it's probably 16 linear feet of fascia board. I'm going to prime it. I'm going to paint them white. And it's about 35 minutes from my house. So it's an hour and 10 minutes round trip. My usual normal fee is, my minimum is $550, but it's $750 for this client. $750 is what I'm charging them to go demo 2 boards, replace them, and then prime and paint them. Same trip. I'm actually probably going to buy them and just pre-paint them and pre-prime them. That way I'm already on site. I don't need to waste my time with that. And obviously caulk the seams and stuff. But he's trying to sell the house and getting a couple things taken care of. I told him that he could find somebody cheaper because it's below my minimum anyway, but he needs the job done. He heard from me. It's a word of mouth referral. He knows I'll get the job done. So he's actually, I think I just got a buzz on my watch here. I think he's just approving it. So yeah, $780 to change out a couple boards. But if something happens, I got to come back out there, or I have to go out there in the first place. I have to source the materials. So that's my fee. So raise your prices. Next on the list, you need to say no to customers. Tell customers, hey, I don't have time. That's not, I'm not comfortable doing that work, or I'm too busy, or this is what I can do for it. Take it or leave it. But not every client is your client. So just make sure you know to say no to customers. Everybody reaching out to you, just thank them that they're reaching out, but tell them, hey, I'm too busy. I can't get to it. That's beyond my wheelhouse, and I'm not equipped to do that kind of work, or whatever you want to do. Or just say, no, we're too busy, or we're not a good fit. So that's basically what you need to go with. I already talked about it, but sales training is very important. Plenty of places on YouTube, but learn how to speak to customers. And the main thing I can tell you is the customers want to tell you and want to talk to you about their problems or what are their projects. Let them. Do not oversell. Do not try to be a hero going in or word vomit all over them telling you how great you are. Just let them talk and ask open-ended questions. I keep them talking, and I hand them my business card. They see what I'm, they see my look. I wear branded stuff, so that's my next one here. But just let them talk, get them to talk, and just shut up, because it'll help you out most. And time kills deals, so get that estimate to them as soon as possible. I'll do estimates that day if I can. If it's a paid estimate, usually next day, because I have a bunch of homework to do. I got research and make sure I'm not messing up my pricing and stuff. But real quick, hey, if it's a free estimate, I'll get that to you that day, because time kills deals. You want to make sure that your business and your letterhead is in front of them with their email right away. So be diligent, answer your phone, always return text. And again, your reputation is your most important thing, especially this part of your business. Besides cash flow, your reputation is the next best thing in your business. So protect it. So last but not least, you're always marketing. I'm always marketing. I wear this. I spend the extra money to buy decent clothes so I can wear, not looking all painty and stuff. So I wear this out, and if I need to, I don't wear branded clothes besides my own brand. That's plain and simple. I try not to. I'm always marketing. You should be too. I just sold a couple jobs from a local group that we host in my house for poker. One person wanted a deck, the other person had referrals for a bathroom. So even though I'm having fun playing poker, they know what I do. They inquire, but at the same time, you're always marketing. Like you're whatever you're doing, and keep in mind people are looking at you. So don't do stupid things when you're wearing your business logo or anything like that. So, you're always marketing. So just keep that in mind. That's going to wrap it up for this video, you guys. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Links in the description for the prior videos. If you guys want more content like this, I kind of go in a little way more depth, but also it's a little uncensored kind of stuff. So I'll link my Patreon account in the description below. I'll see you guys on the next video. I appreciate it.